And, I think someone told me this when I started off and I was asking them for advice. They said, once you burn the bridges, right, you're going to move a little bit faster, right? So unfortunately, I didn't burn the bridges, right? It's more so like it just happened for me. Exactly. So I think that just, lit a fire under my ass to basically get to work and then figure it out, right? Because in 6 months, if I can figure it out, right, or 9 months or in 12 months, right, and I didn't see that light at the end of the tunnel, likely I probably would have gave up at some point, right? But because I didn't have that safety net, I think that really pushed me to push myself and to get after to make something work, right? Or else I'm gonna have to go apply for jobs. And that thought in my head of like, oh man, I do not want to go on LinkedIn and start talking to interviewers and all that, and that was really the catalyst there, right? I mean, that was my first job out of college. I relocated, from California, right? I already bought at my own primary house, right? So, it was like I was rooted here, right? And I could have definitely just, sold the house, moved back to California, back with my parents or whatever, right? But I think in the back of my head, and this was how I was rationalizing it at the beginning, was that, would I regret that decision, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, of being like, hey, you are a 24-year-old kid, you moved out to Alabama, you didn't have any liabilities, you didn't have any, big, responsibilities, so to speak, at that young of an age, right? I mean, did you try at least to take that risk? And I think I just couldn't be like, you know what, let's just pack it up and go home, right? So I think it was a time where I just was okay to take that risk and to fail. And I did fail, for quite a number of times throughout that process from the beginning to the